My career hasn't exactly been the smoothest. The only time I consistently have pain is whenever I'm throwing.
Sometime in between regionals and nationals, his shoulder really started flaring up.
Felt a pop in my elbow.
We had no idea he had a torn labrum.
I'm out there trying to throw and it's just like an unbearable amount of pain. Coming to Liberty, I came here with no intentions of continuing my track career. I was an okay athlete in high school, but certainly nothing spectacular. I was at a random hall event over on the hill, met a guy named Ethan Milan. So I was just talking to him and he was on the team here, was really enjoying it. And I decided, why not give it a shot? Went in for a meeting with the throws coach at the time and they gave me an opportunity to join the team. So once I was on the team, I actually broke my wrist about 2-3 weeks into being on the team. So that was certainly a bit of a rough introduction. Recovered from that, continued for the rest of the year. There were roster cuts happening at the time, so I kind of had to prove myself, and I didn't perform great initially during that outdoor season, so I ended up getting cut, and rightfully so.
I think he responded really well and appropriately to being cut. I think it lit a fire under Ben to push even harder to be the best that he could be.
I would still go to the outdoor track and train whenever I could, just apart from the team. In trying to get back on the team, it's really just chasing a specific mark or something. For me, I believe I'd thrown, it was around 50 meters whenever I was given an opportunity to come back on the roster. I think getting back on the team was definitely a relief, but there's also some pressure there because now you gotta prove that you belong there. You gotta earn the roster spot that you got back.
You know, I think he just wanted to keep his head down and get back to work, prove himself that he could be somebody that contributes for our team.
I made it about 2 years probably, till my junior year. I had thrown, I think, 69 meters at that point. I had won conference that year, did well enough at the regional meet to qualify for nationals. But then a few days before nationals, I was at the stadium tuning up for the meet. It'd be the biggest meet of my life at that point. So obviously very excited, and I take a few throws and it's just like something in my shoulder isn't right.
Sometime in between regionals and nationals, his shoulder really started flaring up. We didn't realize it was really bad until we were at the national meet and we were practicing, and he's like, yeah, it's painful, coach.
I'm out there trying to throw and it's just like an unbearable amount of pain. I stopped practice and called it a day, and it's like, I got 2 days until the meet, we got to figure this out. Luckily, Barry, our athletic trainer, was able to get me through. I competed fine.
So we got home and had an MRI, and we figured out really quick, oh, he really has a pretty serious injury.
It was a posterior labrum tear. For a javelin thrower, about 6 months until you can even start to throw again. And then the return to throw process is another 3-month process, and then that already puts you 9 months out. And then you're just starting to throw a javelin again at that point.
But it was so quick to get to surgery and then start that rehab process. I don't think the injury really settled in for him until the fall or winter, when he realized, wow, this is gonna be a really long recovery process.
It was discouraging because I was coming off the biggest meet of my life. I was at the highest point of my career, but being cut, coming back, tearing my labrum, missing an entire season, God definitely was teaching me faithfulness in there. Coming off the shoulder injury, I was throwing really better than I ever had. My first meet back, I'm definitely excited. It's been, I don't remember the exact number, but 600 some days since I've actually competed.
I kept talking to our trainer, like, man, let's just get Ben to the meet.
I'm not one who usually gets nervous for meets, but going into that meet, I was definitely a little bit nervous. In that meet, I came out, my first throw, I think, was 70 meters. Second throw was 73. Starting to build. There's the school record, another PR. My third throw was 76, which at that point is a 7-meter PR for me. Breaks the school record by roughly 5 meters. Fourth throw, we're into finals now, another 76. My fifth throw was my best of the series. I threw 77.41 on that, which is my PR at the time that had me ranked #1 in the US, number 1 in the NCAA. My 6th and final throw brought a little bit more energy into throw, got a little bit hyped up, made some technical errors, felt a pop in my elbow. The UCL, it's the ulnar collateral ligament. It's on the inside of the elbow. For a javelin thrower, that's usually pretty devastating. That's usually the end of the season. You're getting Tommy John surgery and coming back a year or 2 later. So we're just, at this point, trying to figure out where do we go from here. I think I might have dropped my arm a wee bit.
Obviously, I want to be collaborative in decision making, and obviously Ben's going to have a say, I'm going to have a say, the doctors and trainers are going to have a say, but ultimately we made the decision we're going to continue on.
The doctor told me I can't damage it any further. It's fully torn in 2 different spots. Worst case scenario, I get some arthritis in my elbow.
Biggest thing is just like, can you deal with the pain?
Our athletic trainers are truly fantastic. Within a week, they had me set up to be custom fitted for a carbon fiber hinged elbow brace.
He came out to practice wearing that, and it was incredibly encouraging. It was like, wow, the pain level is incredibly low. We kind of were like, okay, there's a light at the end of the tunnel here.
So I competed for the first time with the new brace, with the torn UCL, all of that. It was interesting. Going into the meet, the plan was hopefully hit 1 throw and call it a day. Eventually, I made it through all 6 throws with little to no pain on all of them.
Having thrown what he's thrown already, he could have that opportunity to continue to train, because if you look at his trajectory, it hasn't stopped.
Presently, I'm ranked 6th in the NCAA, but I'm ranked 5th in the United States as a whole. The idea of throwing post-collegiate it's definitely there. The Olympics are in 2028 in LA, so we'll see.
I remember when I first got in the job here and I had some of the guys over the house, some of the throwers, my wife's like, I like that Ben kid. He's just a good kid and he's got a good heart. He's been such a blessing to coach.
One of our teammates wrote a sticky note and stuck it on a Powerade bottle, called it a Powerade of encouragement, and gave it to each of us. And on mine, she wrote James 1:17. It says, every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no variation or shadow due to change. The gift is from God. It's by his grace that I've been able to do what I've done. Coach Luke has developed me from a 51-meter thrower to a 77-meter thrower, and it's not by accident. I've got great teammates that are constantly encouraging, teammates that believe in me more than I've believed in myself at times. There's a lot of hard work in there, but ultimately, like I said, it's the grace of God. It's a gift from him.